Hey guys, so today's video is a one story video about Addison Rae and Bryce Hall, as you can tell from the title. Before we get into it, here's my TikTok where I will be posting like mini tea recaps. So if you want like little bite-sized pieces of information very quickly, like as soon as they happen, then that'll be over there. My Instagram, my puppy's Instagram, my beauty channel will be in the description along with anything else that you might need. Also subscribe, hit that bell, like, comment for engagement, or you will step on a Lego. And that is a fact. I've seen it. I just know. I know for a fact. If you don't do those 4 things, you will step on a Lego. Don't let that happen. Anyway, let's get into it. So, what has happened? It's kind of confirmed-ish that Bryce Hall cheated on Addison Rae. Now, how do we know that? It's a process. Like, it's a bunch of information that we have now found out. So, TikTok Insiders has posted a screenshot of a conversation between 2 people. And one of them says, I slept with someone's girlfriend. And the other person says, that's not bad. That's normal. Is it really? I feel like there's been this like, don't blame the homewrecker, blame the one that wrecked his own home. But like, if you know someone's in a relationship and you still sleep with them, you're just as trash. That is just my opinion. And if you're writing me an angry comment right now, look in the mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and ask yourself why you're so angry about me saying this. If you know that someone is in a relationship and you continue to pursue them, you are equally as bad. If you don't know someone's in a relationship, then you're also a victim. But if you know, you're bad. Bryce Hall, I'm a bad person. Ha ha ha. When? This weekend, twice. In LA or Vegas, and they said Vegas. If you guys don't know, Bryce Hall flew to Vegas, which I actually spoke about, where he got married to his friend in Vegas. So very interesting indeed. I knew there was going to be some tea coming from that video. So TikTok Insider posted this, and it was liked by Charlie, Addison, and Lorraine. Now people are wondering, did he sleep with someone called Savanthia? Like, I can't really pronounce her name. No one seems to know how to pronounce it. She doesn't pronounce her own name, so I'm just going to say Savanthia and hope for the best. But she actually posts Instagram story because everyone assumes it's her, because she reposted Bryce Hall's video that was edited by one of her friends. So she reposted it and said, oh, thanks for the good time, because she was at the party in Vegas. And she posts an Instagram story that I'm going to play now.
I wasn't originally going to address this because the truth always comes out, but now that my name and like my ad name are like out there and like being dragged through the mud, I think it's important for me to say my part. I actually met Bryce and his team and the boys like that night because I was connected by a really good friend of mine to go there for work. It was a business networking type of thing, and I was with my friend and Bryce's team pretty much all night up until like 2 a.m. From the space that I was with all of them, there was nothing that happened that I constituted as disloyal at all. He was on FaceTime with Addison multiple times, and yeah, like even serenaded her with the piano and whatnot, and like nothing that I would ever think is disloyal. Like I said, I can only account for things that I was presently there for, and from what I saw in like the 6 hours that I've known those guys, he handled himself in a very conducive way in terms of like he had a girlfriend. There was nothing that I saw that was disingenuous or anything that I would label like sketchy or weird, and I definitely never even got close to Bryce in that way. Like, he has a girlfriend, he is in a relationship, and we respect relationships out here. So yeah, all of that stuff is like honestly just so blown out of proportion, and I'm not really sure what else to say, but that's just the truth. I also wanted to address this screenshot that I guess somehow like went viral, but there's like just a ton of misinformation in that. Someone said that I put up a story thanking J-Rod and Bryce for like a really good time. That's not the case at all. I linked the story that they're talking about on my profile in a separate highlight reel, so you can watch it or listen to it on your own time if you would like. I basically tagged Bryce and J-Rod. I said, Bryce has a new video on his channel, go check it out. J-Rod could edit, and that's why J-Rod reposted it.
Where she goes over how Bryce Hall pretty much for the whole 6 hours that she was around him, he acted like he was in a relationship. He was on FaceTime to Addison. He was quite clearly in a relationship, and nothing happened between them. That is her word. So it must be someone else. That is not her. Bryce's friend then goes and defends him. Zachary Christopher says, respectfully, Bryce showed up at a party. He claimed he had a girlfriend, which it states in the video, so anything other than that is false. Please no hate comments, no tagging unnecessary people and instigating unnecessary problems that aren't needed. You will be blocked and comments deleted. Thanks. So his friend's defending him and saying that he made it very clear he was in a relationship, but you know, you can make it clear in a relationship and still mess up said relationship. And some girls don't care that guys are in relationships. They'll still pursue them. So like saying this whole like, he made it very clear he was in a relationship. Okay, has that stopped people before? Then Bryce actually unfollowed Addison on Instagram. When people noticed, he refollowed her to like hide his tracks. But then things get interesting. I don't even know how to start this because I feel like I saw this unfold so like weirdly. I came across Tana Mongeau's TikTok on TikTok. It came up on my For You page and it was her and Bryce Hall. Now, if you don't know the past between Tana and Bryce, Tana accused Bryce of beating up her friend and basically made a whole like exposed video on him, and now they're friends because I'm guessing he's got more clout now than her old friend. So she dropped her old friend that was the victim and is now defending Bryce, the beater upper. So that says everything we need to know about Tana. She's also a bit of a pick-me girl, and to me she looks like someone with zero girl code at all. She looks like she would be the homewrecker. Like that's what she looks like to me personally. And she films a TikTok with Bryce. Now, I don't think anything about this, but they're quite clearly in a restaurant. We then find out that he's at a restaurant and she's there with Josie, Logan Paul's ex-girlfriend, and Bryce from a different table sends them flowers and shots. A man in a committed relationship sending other women flowers and shots? Are you kidding me? Huh? I don't get that. Anyway, and then he joins them. Interesting. He then gets really angry at Hollywood Fix. And things, we're seeing all of these pieces of information separately, and then they all come together and we're like, oh, this makes sense. All of this. He actually has a go at the Hollywood Fix guy and one of his friends. And it's because he didn't want to be seen with Tana and Josie sending them flowers and shots on the internet.
Hey, dude, can you stop trying to make me look like a fucking ass?
There's a bunch of us. No.
I literally told you to stop filming me.
I just got here, Bryce.
I know, and you're filming me, and I told you to stop, and you're still doing it.
I just stopped right now.
I know you stopped, and then you moved right over there. I saw you move. You're doing your job, I get it. I know. Weird, man. Like, it is. It's not deleting the video. It's like, I know what you're going to title that video. It's annoying.
I'm not going to put it, though. I swear.
You are going to.
I'm not going to put it, Bryce.
You are. I've seen your guys' titles. I watch your videos. I see it, and I appreciate it. Brian, but you guys are trying to f me over in a way, and I don't like it.
The only time he ever got mad at paparazzi for filming him is when he's doing something shady towards his girlfriend. There's Addison. There she is. So the paparazzi start filming her because they notice the pink Tesla, they notice Dixie, and they're like, oh, there's Addison. So they start filming her, and Addison and Dixie get a separate table away from Bryce. Plot thickens. We then, the page de moi on Instagram says, they post like a conversation between them and someone else that says, last night at Saddle Ranch, I saw Bryce Hall, Tana, and Josie, and then Addison and Dixie showed up but didn't sit with them or say hello. Tana and Bryce were amazing with fans. Wait, who didn't sit with who? Addison and Dixie did not say hello or sit with Bryce, Tana, Josie, etc. among the many other TikTok people there. Lol. Wait, what? Addison and Bryce date? Are you sure? Positive. We sat next to Bryce all night. And he didn't sit with Addison, and that's definitely Addison. Correct. Addison showed up with Dixie much later than Bryce and had their hoodies on and ran inside to be seated on the other side of the restaurant. Then Bryce and everyone else left before Addison and Dixie came back out to the car. That's Addison with a hat? Yes. And you can see the bright pink Tesla. Like, even if you weren't completely sure if that's Addison, you're like, the pink Tesla in the back. I want to have a pink Tesla. I feel like I'll be embarrassed. I don't know if I have the confidence for a pink car, but maybe considering everything else I do is pink, obviously not right now, but you guys know me. You know I like pink. Maybe I just have to bite the bullet. Just make my car pink. I think that'd be quite cool. Anyway, changing the story a little bit. Going back to it, like all these kids kept showing up separately, sitting at different tables, but Addison and Bryce supposedly dating. Like, serious? Yes, that's correct. Haha, wouldn't you sit with your boyfriend? Yes, you would think so. The paparazzi asked her if she was mad that he was dining with Tana. She didn't answer. Bryce, Tana, Addison, Dixie, it's like showing them obviously together. And then, oh, firstly, anonymous, please. I've been dying to say this, but also would love if you blocked out the name. Basically, I think Bryce and Addison are purely PR. I used to watch them coordinate when they would get up to go to the bathroom, so the paparazzi would get a clear shot of them, and she would literally tell him, like, make sure you hold my hand, blah, blah, blah. Also, all the TikTok kids, most of the boys, are expectedly obnoxious. They get blackout drunk, have extremely annoying requests, and usually tip zero, even after getting loads of free. Also, when Bryce and Addison were together, she like wouldn't really let him drink, and he acted like a completely different person when she wasn't there. Guys, the plot thickens. That happens. Then we have Hollywood Fix. We have 2 videos of Bryce. Obviously, the first one is him having a go at them for filming him at Saddle Ranch because he's doing something shady. And the second one is right after they film Addison. So okay, let's go back a little bit. Hollywood Fix films Addison and is like, hey, do you have anything to say about Bryce? And she's on the verge of tears. Like, she goes into her car and she's covering her face so they wouldn't film her. She's got her mask on, glasses, hat, hoodie. Like, she was hoping they wouldn't recognize her. But once again, when you see a pink Tesla outside of a restaurant, you're just going to stand there and wait for Addison to come out. Because you're like, there's Addison's car. She must be somewhere here.
Hey, Addison, how's it going?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Hey, are the rumors true that that Bryce cheated with some girl, Savianta?
I don't think I want to talk about anything to do with
What to do with Bryce?
Yeah.
Do you know this girl? Like, do you talk to her at all? Do you know who she is? Do you think, is there still hope for Bradison? Do you think, or is Bradison done? Is Dixison better than Bradison, do you think? Do you think there's hope for TikTok? Will TikTok ever be the same if there's no Bradison?
And then you notice the girl and you're like, oh, Addison. So I think it's very difficult for her to hide considering the brightness of her car. It's very difficult right now in this tough situation to like have some privacy, which kind of sucks. Like, she would basically have to borrow someone else's car so that when paparazzi stands outside of restaurants that she usually goes to, they will not see the pink Tesla, so they'll assume that she's not there. I think that's the only way she can get some privacy right now. But she's basically just like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, he asks her about Bryce and she's like, I don't want to talk about it right now.
Addison, how are you?
Hi.
Hey, Addison. So this is. If
I'm
you
sorry, Kevin. I really don't want to talk about anything today. I'm
Okay.
really sorry.
Thank you, Addison.
She's really sweet to paparazzi a lot of the time, and even now she's like, hey, I know you want to talk to me, but can we just like not do this right now? I'm really not feeling up to answering any questions. And she said it in such a sweet way that was just like, aw, that's nice. I was just so surprised that even in this like situation that's quite clearly like a really situation, she's just still being really respectful and kind, which is, I know, the bare minimum. But it's nice that she is doing the bare minimum because some people just don't. So anyway, she's basically just like, can we not do the questions today? And he's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. So then, fast forward, Hollywood Fix sees Bryce and he's like, hey, Bryce, did you cheat on Addison? And he's like, leave me alone. And he's like, did you know that Addison was crying earlier today when we asked her about you? And he was like, yeah, because you're like harassing her.
Hey, Bryce, did you cheat on Addison with Savianta? What's up, Bryce, man? Any comments on the Savianta situation?
Can you please just stop bothering me?
All right, man. Addison was crying today. She seemed upset by it.
You bugged her.
I don't think that's the reason she's crying, Bryce. I don't think it's the paparazzi that's causing her to cry. I think it's you cheating on her. Let's not shift the blame here, okay? Paparazzi are being obnoxious, don't get me wrong. They're being very obnoxious right now. But I think the main issue here is you cheating, not them filming her. Then we get Ava Louise, who's of course inserting herself yet again. She's the girl that licked the toilet seat in the middle of the pandemic. Yes, she's the one. That's how I introduce her every single time. And she just exposed Bryce Hall for lurking on her Instagram page. So he's watching her Instagram stories after like months of her trying to get with him. That's so disrespectful. Why would you do that anyway? Why would you even watch her stories? Knowing that she wants to sleep with you, why would you do that? Anyway, she then has a Hollywood Fix interview outside of a restaurant. I'm assuming she went there just for the interview. And she talks about Bryce Hall. I'm not even going to give her too much attention right now because of this whole situation. And we then get a picture of Bryce Hall on Instagram, which is, it's the world against me at this point. Usually people in relationships, when they get to like a bit of a situation, they're like, it's the world against us. But it's kind of telling that he said, it's the world against me. It's very telling. Anyway, if you guys want Addison's reactions to this, I'm going to go and just read out some of her tweets. So she put 11:11, which is like the wishing time. Then she says, love you all, a little heart. Wow, 2 days ago, which if a girl says wow to something that you did, it's never a positive wow. It's always a negative wow. Let's be clear. Love yourself. And then she says, well, there's that, which is the most disappointing. Just, well, there's that. I'm so thankful for my fans and supporters. Then obviously she tweets out saying, buying myself flowers, what should I get? Preferably not white or red roses. What did Bryce do? He bought the girls flowers. Oh my god. Anyway, I love my mum and dad so much. I'm assuming they're at home supporting her during all of this because it's a very public ordeal. And instead, Bryce Hall retweets Blake Gray saying, who's selling first edition Pokemon packs? In the middle of a cheating scandal, you're looking for Pokemon cards. That speaks volumes on TikTok, boys. I'm just not involved. I don't want to be involved. And that is all we have so far. I think it's quite clear that he cheated on her. Like, I think it's very clear at this point from her reaction, his reaction, everyone else's reaction. I think it's very clear that he cheated on her. Tana, why is Tana getting involved? But also, why is she such a pick-me to the point where she sat with Bryce, accepted flowers from him, accepted shots from him, and then spent time with him knowing that his girlfriend was off on the other side of the restaurant, that he just cheated on. Because if that was me, I would go to Addison and be like, hey, you okay? Your ex just sent me flowers. Are you okay? Should we hit him over the head with the flowers? Would that make you feel better? If we just grab the flowers and hit him over the head with it? But she's instead staying with him filming a TikTok. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below anything you want to comment down below, and subscribe to post videos every time something happens. Hit that bell. You'll be notified when that's happening. Social media, links, any other links in description. I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.